Well, coming to Canada is, this is sort of a Canadian story. Like that, most Canadians remember this story far more than most Americans, because it was the Canadian embassy that sort of saved them. But, when we were making it, I don't think we knew how emotional it was going to be. We knew we were making a great movie with like the best people on the planet, but I was surprised when I first saw it and just how emotional you get at the end. It's I don't know, it's funny.
Actions of Iran have shocked the civilized world.
Let's go!
Threaten everything.
Our embassy has been seized and more than 60 American citizens continue to be held as hostages.
If we're going to go, then we need to go now.
Ben is, he's a super funny guy. He's like hysterical. However, when we were shooting it, we had to constantly remind ourselves, you sort of like want to fool around, but like we constantly had to remind ourselves, like, hey, this is high stakes, this is really important. And, we had a great experience. Ben put us in the house that we shot in for 7 days. We weren't allowed to leave. We had no contact. We didn't make any phone calls. We weren't online. We just sat and played games and ate and talked and were hostages, basically, for 7 full days. It was, at first, I was like, oh my God, I do not want to do this, hang out with, like, 5 other intense young method actors. Sounds like hell to me, but it ended up being an amazing experience, and I think us bonding like that really helped throughout the film.
These people die. They die badly. White House? Who wants the 6 of them out?
What we like for this are bicycles.
Deliver the 6 bikes, provide them with maps.
Or you could just send in training wheels and meet them at the border with Gatorade.
It's gonna take a miracle to get them out.
Funny man, what are we watching?
I got an idea.
They're a Canadian film crew for a science fiction movie. I fly into Tehran. We all fly out together as a film crew.
I need you to help me make a fake movie. So you want to come to Hollywood and act like a big shot without actually doing anything?
Yeah.
You'll fit right in.
Yeah, it was revelatory because, we just sort of see it as a historical thing, and I was a kid, and like, oh yeah, it sounds like a bummer, 444 days as a hostage, yeah. But when you sort of put yourself in their shoes and how incredibly frightening it must have been to have these Iranian revolutionaries just storm where you're working, and I think America is always, up until that point, we were like invincible, like we're number one. You can't storm our embassy, and we were just like everybody else. Well, that scene really happened. Their last night, they apparently partied their heads off, and they showed up at the airport like completely, like still drunk from the night before. Like all the hostages, the hostage that I represented, told me like they were just absolutely hammered, and they got like just partied their heads off because they were, I guess it was a reaction to sort of. Facing how scary the next day is going to be.
If they stay here, they will be taken. Probably not alive. We're responsible for these people. I'm responsible.
You really believe your little story is going to make a difference when there's a gun to our heads?
I think my little story is the only thing between you and a gun to your head.